right, 10 o'clock. Good morning, everyone. I've got the gavel. Bang, bang. Welcome. It's nice to see all our familiar faces again and some really new ones. Yes, some new ones. It's good for me to be back in Murrieta. I was away for 3 weeks, and I want to thank Nancy Dixon, our vice president. Nancy, hi. Say hi. For taking over the meeting last month. I was en route. I didn't even think about it when I booked it, but it was a great trip, and it was my sister's 60th wedding anniversary. And then we went to Williamsburg and Charlottesville, St. Michael's, Maryland, and had a really nice time. So it's good to be back. You all saw the continue. If you want to, I just want you to know that you're being recorded, okay? And so there was that was the disclaimer that came up, and you hit continue, so you're all on this call and on the Zoom, and I thank you for joining us. And again, Dan, as we've said, is over and over and over, is our wonderful webmaster and our techie, and we're really pleased to have him. For those of you who are new, we ask you to stay muted, except for the board, during the meeting. If you have a question, please raise your hand. And then during our speaker portion, of course, we ask you to remain muted. So that's any questions about that for anybody, please raise your hand. Thank you. Good, good. We will move on to our meeting. First thing that goes on the agenda is Evelyn Dial, our secretary. Please.
Hi, thank you. Okay, so first I want to thank Pat for covering me last week. And could I have a motion to accept the minutes from last month's meeting in April?
Formalities, anyone? Nancy?
Nancy, okay.
Second.
And a second, Karen, thank you.
Yep. All those in favor?
All those that are in favor,
any questions?
raise your hand.
Wait, any questions?
Any discussion?
Question? Right.
Okay. Let's vote then. Do we approve the minutes as corrected?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Because of the complexity of getting the minutes out to all of our members, some of whom are here and some who aren't on the Zoom call, it's we have appointed, we usually ask for volunteers to read the minutes, proofread the minutes ahead of time so that we can send the corrected minutes out. And do we have people for this meeting, Evelyn? Evelyn, you there? Come off Zoom.
Muted too soon.
Great. Do you have people for this meeting?
Leela said she would, and I sent an email to Gloria.
Okay.
I don't know if Mary Lou would be able to if Gloria can't. Anyway, I will have two. And then who would like to audit from the board?
Mary said yes.
I said yes.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
And from the board, who would like to? Don't we have to have one
from
board
the board
member?
Did I see Karen's hand go up?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Karen said yes. My eyes are going all over.
Exactly. So
okay,
Karen,
thank you, Karen.
Okay. All right. And anyone else? Do we need 3?
We need 2 non-board and 1 board, I believe.
We have the 3.
We have 3.
We just need 3, yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, good. Thank you very much, ladies. I appreciate that. And the next order is our treasurer's report. Dan Rexwinkle has 2 hats. He's Webby and he's techie and he's our co-treasurer. So there you go.
So many hats.
So many.
So yeah, the month of April. We all know how the pandemic has affected the stores. Some days are open, some days they're closed. The libraries open and closed, and it's just been tough. But April was a pretty good month. Nancy had her sidewalk sale over there, which was a lot of people showed up for that. All in all, we brought in nearly $10,000. It was $9,711 for the month of April. And then after our expenses, our net profit for the month was $4,089.74. And then we have an investment account with Edward Jones, and we had a good month on the stock market, so we increased that fund by $5,370. So our overall net worth for the month of April went up $9,679.
Terrific.
So just putting the money away, waiting for the library to open up fully and get some programs going.
Very good. Very good. Did you want to give us some other information that we had talked? Am I off the agenda there someplace?
No, I think we're still on. So several years ago, now Carol Carson's been the treasurer of the Friends probably since I think the very beginning. I don't think there was ever a year that she wasn't treasurer. And a couple of years ago, she started sharing some of the responsibilities and the information with me to kind of mentor me on the duties of the treasurer. And so we both have a copy of QuickBooks, and she shares the deposits and expenses with me. And then at the end of the month, I get together with her and make sure that my numbers are matching her numbers. And so I've got access to all the ins and outs of what's going on. And I noticed that, like I said earlier, the town square store especially was closed so many times because they depend on foot traffic from the library, and the library was closed. So, and then getting volunteers during the pandemic was tough. And so there was a period of time when all the stores were closed, and we still have expenses that accumulate. And I got to looking at the numbers, and I realized that between Lori and Art Razzo and Maggie and their internet sales, even though the town square store was closed for a good portion of the year, they turned a profit every single month since the pandemic began, and all the way through this month. I mean, which just amazes me. The corner store has more expenses because we have rent and utilities over there, and they were closed a good portion. And so there was months when we were spending more than we were making. And Nancy adapted to the challenges of the COVID, and getting volunteers to come in, and she did. Both stores turned a profit last year. And then what amazed me was this year, the corner store, through the month of April, they're doing better. Their net profit is better than any of the previous years for at least the last 6 years. I was going over the numbers. Let's see, she's 45% better than 2019, 33% better than 2018, 124% better than 2017 and 2016, and even 90% better than 2015. And it's just, you can't thank Nancy and Maggie and Art and Lori and all the volunteers for their hard work and dedication and making it work in spite of the pandemic and everything else that's going on. And I just thought it was pretty remarkable that you're turning such a profit in spite of
Terrific.
all the obstacles.
Congratulations, everyone. Very nice. And thank you for doing that report, Dan. It's nice to see percentages and growth and numbers. Thank goodness. Yes. While we're still on the treasurer's report, and as I said, most people wear two hats. Carol Carson, our treasurer, wears another hat. She's the publisher editor of our book notes, which is our bi-monthly publication newsletter. And she does a great job with that, including all sorts of good stuff about the town as well as the Friends of the Library. And so I thank you, Carol, for that. And if you haven't seen it, it's on our website, www.murrietalibraryfriends.org. I put .com, it's .org, sorry. Again, thank you, Carol. Appreciate that. And as the president, I have to, my name is Rita Nashby, for those of you who are new, and you can see on my little screen. I have to brag a little bit about this group. It's a group of very, very energetic volunteers who've been in existence since 1996. We have a few founding members with us today, yes. And we have raised since that time over $1 million. and have donated to the library for projects themselves over $850,000, which is a remarkable amount of money. And while I'm on that, I have to tell you this very cute little story. We're in Charlottesville, getting ready to leave, packing the car up, and this lady arrives in a car, and the front license plate says library. So I said, so you know me. So I walk up to her. I said, "Are you a librarian?" And she says, "Yeah, how'd you know?" I said, "Duh." And so she goes, "Yeah, I'm." Da, 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 da. I said, "Well, I want you to know I'm president of the Friends of the Murrieta Library, small town in Murrieta, California, Southern California. And thank you very much for being the librarian. And but we are really a very active group." And I told her that my same little 30-second commercial, and she gives me her card, which I thought was really great. So you never know where you're going to meet anybody, and always be ready for your 30-second commercial. Exactly. So thank you all for the volunteers, and good. We'll move right on. And speaking of librarians, we have Catherine Miller. Where are you, Catherine? I see you on my screen. I saw you there before. Where are you, Catherine? There you go. Okay.
There we go. Hi.
There you
everybody.
go. Hi, Catherine.
Great story.
It is.
Okay, so I have the library update, which is really small because we just opened. And it's kind of crazy because we don't get a lot of people in the doors, and we thought there's going to be this mad rush to the library. But I think a lot of people still don't know we're open, maybe. A lot of people come in and go, "Oh, I didn't know you're open. How long have you been open?" There's that. And we do get our regulars that come in and get our books. But yeah, I think without the programming, we just don't see the same numbers. We're used to having our regular programs and the library kind of crowded. So that's really kind of telling right there. But no programming in sight as far as I know for a while. No in-person programming anyway. Really the main thing, before I talk about what's coming up, I just want to say, let me show you this. Can you all see that? Yeah. This is a little oak tree. And we partnered up with Neighborhood Forest Organization. And for Earth Day, we gave out hundreds of oak trees.
Where did you give them out?
Here at the library. People came
To
in.
the library, and people came.
But we still actually have quite a few left over, because what happened is we had 285 families reserve trees. And I think people were just listing, like some families have 5 or 6 kids. So they listed tree. And then they got here and they're like, "Oh, well, we only want 1 tree." So we have a lot of trees left over. And I do want to offer you guys, if you can make it down to the library and you're interested in an oak tree. Now these grow really large. These are Quercus agrifolia, which is coast live oak, the same oaks that you see all over the Santa Rosa Plateau.
Oh, big trees. Yes.
Yeah, big trees.
Be careful what you plant in your garden, right?
Right. You'd have to have space for it. Definitely. But they are incredible. Oaks are endangered in California, and they're an incredible tree. They create their own habitat. They're a host species for so many, a host tree for so many species of butterfly, insects, birds, things like that. And which means like the insect will live on the oak tree only and live its whole life feeding off of and taking care of the oak tree, and almost no other tree in the world is like that. So oaks are incredible. So if you do want one, I do have extra, because we have families that didn't pick them up. So come, or if you know somebody that wants one, please come down and pick some up. I have plenty extra. But that was our Earth Day program. That was the last program that we had. We have coming up Summer Reading Challenge. That starts June 7th. It'll be June 7th through July 17th, 6-week program as usual. We're doing it again this year through Beanstack, since we got that free Beanstack membership, which is an online program management system. So people will log into Beanstack, log in the books that they're reading, and then it helps maintain the program for us. So it's read 5 books and get a book prize. And the book prize will be in the form of like a book fair. kind of like those old school scholastic book fairs that if you remember going to those or having those, people get excited about. We will have the books given away. They'll all be spread out in the community room on tables by, adult, teens, kids, maybe types. I don't know if they're going to be able to get to that. And then people can make an appointment, schedule an appointment through Acuity, which was our curbside pickup service, and come in and pick out their book for their prize.
Good.
Yay. And then we'll also be doing take home kits in adults, teens, and children's. Same like we did last summer. We'll be doing one a week. So I was in charge of the children's kits. Got a lot of cool things lined up, like drawing on slime and stuff like that. A lot of STEM activities. We had a STEM grant that I believe it was Agnes secured for us, and that's actually paid for some of the kits, which can be very costly when you run into numbers in the hundreds for children. So it was really, really nice. Everything is kind of STEM related. And I've seen some of the kits the adults and teens are putting together, and it's fantastic. And Library for All, our program for special needs adults, they have kits as well, and they're pretty fantastic. A lot of them are similar to the kids ones. They look like a lot of fun. So if you guys know anybody interested in Library for All, I think it's a fantastic program that Agnes does. It's been really successful. On a side note, just personally, I want to mention that one of the things we're kind of considering doing in the future, we're kind of dreaming up a program. When I say we, I mean a few of the staff members here are interested in creating a seed library. We've seen a lot of libraries have seeds that they offer for the public. And the idea is you check out seeds, you grow your plants, you harvest seeds and return seeds to the library. A way to get people growing. We'll have, we're thinking specialty gardens, native gardens, flower gardens. We're kind of in the dreaming up phase. We've been looking at other libraries who do it to kind of get ideas. And that would kind of flow into, there's a few of us here that are also interested in creating a children's garden out in the Garden of Verses, where we actually grow things and have programs around growing things out in the garden. So that's kind of like in the brain phase too right now. Still no details on that, but we're looking for hopefully full library support for that also.
One of our staff at the Colony office has a seed library.
Oh,
I will let her know.
please do. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, right. I will let her know that. Yeah, and she gives them away, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, we don't have a lot of room to plant, but some people have done that, so I will let her know that. That's kind of exciting. Very nice.
Thank you. Yeah. Any questions? I don't really have anything else to add unless anybody has questions.
Nancy?
Yeah, Catherine, for those of the new people that we have today meeting with us, are some of those things that you mentioned, like the reading contest pro and other books that you're giving away, is that something that the Friends have given you money for?
Yes, definitely. Friends have definitely supported our summer reading challenge every single year. I honestly don't think we could do it without the Friends. So huge kudos that you guys fund every aspect of it. There is no library budget money for this challenge that we do. And it's definitely the biggest thing we do every year. And it's what draws the most people into the library. So a lot of families, when they think of the library, they think of summer, going to the library and doing summer reading challenge or summer reading program. And that's what they know. And some families, we know this because we only see them during the summer. So when they're like, oh, I haven't seen you for a year, you're back. So definitely most traffic, it brings the most traffic. We have the most reach. And so many families really rely on incentives and things to keep their kids busy and active and reading.
Absolutely.
And we couldn't do that without the Friends.
But you are your own worst enemy, because you taught me how to use the Libby app. So I don't know that I may ever get back to the library. I'm still making
That's right.
pick
For
it up
those of
on
you
my
that don't know,
phone.
Libby is online reading and
Online.
audiobooks, and it's fantastic and it's free, and we
I
love
love
it. Everybody here uses
Anywhere in the country you can pick them up, so it's great.
Yeah.
Can't
Can't
Thank
live
you.
without it, right?
I cannot, no.
Yes,
It's
Rita
always
used to
there.
come in all the time, and she would
I
check
know.
out audiobooks and always be like, I'm like, do you know about Libby?
And my little CD recorder is sitting there in the bathroom. It's like, oh yeah, well, okay, I guess I'm never gonna use that again. So there you go. There you go. So yeah. Between that and Sirius, I'm all set. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Catherine. Everybody's healthy.
Thank you.
Everybody's
Yeah,
healthy. Good.
everybody's good. Yes,
Made
definitely.
it through. Terrific.
Thanks for
Terrific.
asking.
Thank you so much. And say hello to everybody. And we'll be there someday soon. Someday soon.
Yay, thank you. I will. I have to cut out quick because I
Please.
got to go out the desk. So
Okay.
goodbye,
Thank
everybody.
You so much
Thank
for your
you.
report. Say hi to everybody. We usually, for those who are new, we usually meet in the community room of the library. And since it's been closed until just now, we obviously have not been. And because we go dark in July and August, we've kind of decided to let it go till September to maybe have our first meeting there. And we will let everybody know when, where, and how. Good. Thank you again, Catherine. Take care. Very good. Moving on. As you know, we have two wonderful bookstores, as Dan had said. So Maggie, who mans the Town Square Bookstore, which is right, excuse me, they're both on the corners, okay? It's right on the corner of the library. I would ask her to please, Maggie Palat, to please present the information, update us on how we're doing there. Maggie?
I think it's not time yet. I think we're supposed to have Karen. I don't.
I have library and then I have corner bookstore. Sorry. Then I have Karen.
Oh, you aren't doing membership. Oh, you aren't going by the usual. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Okay.
And you're not doing me before Maggie. You're doing Maggie first.
No, right. Okay.
I'm just curious. I'm sorry.
I'm way off today. Yes, I'm back and forth and back and forth. Okay, Nancy Dixon from the corner bookstore. Thank you, Nancy, for keeping me up. She's our vice president who keeps me on board. Okay, go ahead, Nancy.
Sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted.
No, that's all right.
You me for a loop that it was not the same usual routine. But I'll have some comments about what Dan said and so forth. But let me just tell you, the month of April at the corner store, we grossed $7,997. If I'd have known, I'd have thrown in the $3 to make it 8,000 even. That included $1,494 for a sidewalk sale, overstock sidewalk sale. It made an average per day of $444. Our old average prior was $275.
Wow.
Our expenses were $5,312 for a net of $2,685. So one of the things that I also think is amazing about the wonderful, thank you so much, Dan, for doing all those number crunchies. I don't like to do any of that stuff, but I like going way back to 2015 and so forth. We have not had internet basically pretty much for a year. We lost the internet person to illness, and we finally got a new one. And the newest one, by the way, unfortunately was in a terrible head-on accident where drugged up person came over on his side of the road. So he hasn't really done too much lately, but we'll be catching up starting next month. I think we may have gotten some money in May, I'm not sure. So, and another thing, we have not really raised our prices. I have a thing, the top of new arrivals is $675 psychologically. I didn't want to go higher than that. And it works because we sell more books because the prices are so great. People just are flocking to our store. Obviously, one of the great things, because we were one of the few open for such a long time, because we're so big, we could do the capacity thing. And they, once they found our store, they keep coming back. A really cute thing happened Saturday. A young couple in their 20s probably came in, and the gentleman said to me, I saved as a big birthday surprise to bring my girlfriend to this bookstore. So that was her birthday gift.
Wow.
Birthday surprise because he loves his store so much. So, I just thought that was really cute. Anyway, and so like Dan mentioned, all the volunteers, we didn't have enough to be open 6 days, but we've been to 4. And I put in there all their names in the book notes to thank every one of them because they have put themselves out there at risk, really, when you think about it, even though we're super careful with the protocol and nobody's gotten sick. A couple of people did get it, but not at the store, and they didn't expose us. It was during the holidays. They ended up with it. So it's just amazing with the dedication we have of our volunteers and then the wonderful loyal customers. They keep coming back. So I'm thinking after the June 15th, according to the state, more things open up and so forth, we might be able to be open all the 6 days. Although I don't know if it's worth it since we're making more than we were. So anyway, that's the corner store.
Terrific. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. And the volunteers, thank them and stay well. Stay well.
Yeah.
Stay well.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Maggie Palat.
The financial report for April for the Town Square Bookstore, the store sales were $450.09. The internet sales were $589.75 plus a due check from March that Amazon hadn't paid us. So the total internet came out to $903.17 for total earnings for the store and the internet, $1,353.26. Also, I was going to let everyone, probably all of you know that the Times Square, now we are open 3 days a week. We used to be only 2 days. Now we are open on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And, with the library open, we hope that we get an increase of customers because it's been, that parking lot is almost empty all the time. Anyway, you want me to go to our guest
Program? Sure.
for the program? Okay, today we are very, very fortunate to have as a guest speaker Captain Tony Conrad, Murrieta Chief of Police, who you will be meeting in a few minutes. I can see him there in the corner. Hello. And the guest speaker for June will be Rebecca Connor. She's a nonprofit professional and an author. She has a passion for animals, especially falcons and nature, and that comes strong on her wonderful writings. And then, of course, you know that July and August, we are dark, so there will be no meetings until September. And that is it for me.
Well, good. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And stay healthy. Love DeLorean art. And thank you for the internet sales. They're great. Next on the agenda is our membership chairman, Karen Michaud. I remember when Karen first took this chairmanship, she did a great job of bringing us into the 21st century, of getting us onto a universal renewal system. It was a little headachy at the time, but it seems to be working okay. Karen, do you want to update us on that, please?
Yes, thank you very much. And good morning, everyone. I'm Karen, the membership chair. And we are very busy right now because June is our annual renewal time. So those of you who are members and need to renew, we are starting that off right now at the end of May, beginning of June. So we'll be hearing from you. Our prices are still the same. Individual, $15 for the year. Family, $20 for the year. Supporter is $25 for the year, and so on. So if you're interested, you can go online to our website and you can pay on PayPal. So please take a look at that if you are wanting to renew, or if you're a person who would like to become a new member, because we, of course, are always looking for new members. I want to let you know that we got started to a really good start because we had a number of people join us as new in the last month. We had Mark Ballman join us as new. Christy White has become a member, and Christian Hernandez has become a member and is also a volunteer at the corner store. We, in addition, two other young people joined the corner store as volunteers, Marissa Angelo and Mackenzie Van Jersten. And we'd like to welcome all those people to the Friends of the Murrieta Library. In addition, I want to add that we are needing more volunteers for the bookstore since we're open more days and more hours now. So if you are a current member or thinking to become a new member, we would love to have you join us as a volunteer in the bookstore. I also want to say thank you so much to our renewing people, Lynn Comise, Bernadette Kaufman, Julie Francis, Sandra Felker, Roberta Rye. Thank you for already renewing for the coming membership drive. And remember, that is the month of June. Thank you all so much. I appreciate all your help.
Thank you. Very nice. Thank you, Karen. As I said, it seems to be working, and we had a lot of headaches then, but it works. Thank you. And we've said everybody wears two hats, kind of, and I do the publicity, so I'm always looking for a new publicity chairperson. But it looks like we got the message out this time. We have quite a few people with us today, which is really nice. Thank you for joining us. We have been kind of without doing any special events. Pat Farmer is our special events chair because of COVID, but probably in the fall we will begin again. And Pat, if there's anything you wanted to say?
I have actually ventured to a few restaurants lately, and I have been pleasantly surprised that they are willing to help us do a fundraiser. So several of the Murrieta restaurants in September put themselves forward for a fundraising time. So everybody get ready to
Get ready.
Chill out. Yep.
We're going out to dinner and lunch. Thank you, Pat. Good.
Okay.
Any old business? Did I miss anything? Okay. Yes, Carol.
I just want to add to Karen's, Christy White, the new member, is one of our council members.
Oh, good. That's nice. Good. Good. Anything new? Anybody bring up anything that I missed? Good. As I said, I see some familiar faces from before, and I see some brand new faces. So welcome. At this point, I'd like to adjourn the official meeting. It's so good to see everybody, and thank you for joining us. We have a very interesting program. I'm excited to hear our police chief, and to see what's going on. Ordinarily at this time, we take a little break and have some wonderful refreshments. However, that's not happening today, but we invite you in the next few minutes to go refresh your coffee or do whatever you need to do, answer that message that you had beeping at you. We're officially adjourned, so stay tuned, and Maggie will introduce our guest speaker. Thank you. And be sure to mute your computer.